Welcome to the course on self-discipline. Upon completion of this course, the gap between your dreams and your reality will vanish into nothingness. This course will equip you to, number 1, feed your focus and starve your distractions. 2, activate the habit of achieving your goals. 3, prioritize your needs above your wants. 4, defer instant gratification. In terms of a course outline, you will explore what self-discipline is and why it is important. Your current level of discipline. Let's dive right in. Lesson number 1. What is self-discipline and why does it matter? Self-discipline is the opposite of self-indulgence. It is the ability to make yourself do what you ought to do without waiting to be told, or waiting for the right time, or waiting for the right amount of money, or a parent or a teacher. The decisions you make must ensure you're becoming a highly successful individual. Henry Ford, an astute businessman, once said, "If you think you can do a thing, or if you think you can't do a thing, you're right." If this is true, then it presupposes that you must know what you want and believe in the power vested in you to achieve and to take the steps necessary towards its accomplishment. In 2005, the National Science Foundation published an article summarizing a research finding on human thoughts per day. It was found that the average person processes about 12 to 60,000 thoughts per day. Of those thousands of thoughts, 80% were negative, and 95% were exactly the same repetitive thoughts as the day before. In yet another study by Leahy, 2005, Cornell University, scientists found that firstly, 85% of what you worry about never happens. Second, with the 15% of the worries that did happen, 79% of the subjects discovered that either they could handle the difficulty better than expected, or that the difficulty taught them a lesson worth learning. Your thoughts trick you to stay in your comfort zone for fear of the unknown, but will not get you the results you need until you have learned to manage it as part of the process of self-discipline. Albert Einstein, a renowned physicist, says that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. To get different results require different deliberate actions. Deliberate actions will unearth your greatness. Being self-disciplined comes at a price. Your friends may abandon you or not like you anymore. You must be willing to choose to invest in your future today than someone else's today. Don't worry, it's only for a moment. The moment you're rich and or famous, they'll come knocking again. Choose to be self-disciplined. The act of choosing to do the most important things at the right time, therefore, delaying gratification is worth the effort. It will save you a lifetime of regret. You will become more productive, avoid acting on impulse, overcome temptations and distractions for a happier, productive lifestyle. Great job. You know what self-discipline is now and why it matters. Let's move on to lesson 2. How disciplined are you at the moment? Let's just take your temperature and find out how disciplined you are at the moment. Take a short quiz to find out. Are you ready? Don't worry, nobody else will see this, only you. Self-assessments are a good way to begin with the end in mind. On a scale of strongly agree to strongly disagree, put a figure there between 1 and 5. Number 1, I keep promises I make to myself. So you can write a 5, which will mean that you strongly agree. You can write 4, which means that you agree. You can write 3, which means that you're not sure. 2, which means you disagree. You can write strongly disagree, which is 1. So what did you write for yourself? Number 1, I keep promises I make to myself. Did you get a score? Number 2, I keep promises I make to others. Again, on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the highest. Number 3, my room is organized enough for me to find what I need. Number 4, I complete school assignments on time. Number 5, I am able to keep a secret when asked to do so. Number 6, I decide what I want to spend my money on and able to save towards that goal. Number 7, I respect and abide by rules, be it at school, home, or church. Number 8, people can depend on me to do what I say I would do. Number 9, I shower on a regular basis. Remember, the scale is 1 to 5. 5 being strongly agree, 4 meaning I agree, 3 means not sure, 2 means disagree, 1 means strongly disagree. Number 10, I eat healthy foods and get regular exercise. Number 11, I could give up my phone, games, junk food, and TV for a week. Number 12, I set an expectation for my day and can stick to them. Number 13, I choose to attend school and to arrive on time every day. Number 14, I do not cheat, even when the opportunity presents itself. I always do my personal best. Number 16, I can start a challenging task and I'm able to stay focused on it until the task is completed. Again, the scale is strongly agree, which is 5. Agree is 4, 3 is not sure, 2 is disagree, 1 is strongly disagree. 16 questions in all. How did you fare? Are you happy with your responses? Don't worry. The importance of this exercise is to decide to do better, not beat yourself up. Promise yourself to do better. I mention your name. Promise to be self-disciplined so I can live a healthy, happy, more successful life. For you to be disciplined, you must have a strong sense of awareness of self and your environment. You must resolve to improve daily in a consistent yet kind manner. Self-discipline opens the pathway to the achievement of your goals and realization of your dreams. It is a far cry from denying yourself from the pleasures of life. It instead empowers you to live with intentionality and enjoy life to its fullest. And guess what? On your own terms. Congratulations, you have just completed the course on how to cultivate the habit of self-discipline. Before your gem step, let's do a quick recap.
Meet Lucas. He's a young man about to enter college. He's had a difficult life growing up with his only parent, his mother, and his younger sister. Due to his difficulties in facing his adversities, he's lived a fairly unhealthy life and constantly indulges in partying, drinking, and smoking. One day, his mother got quite sick and was rushed to the emergency. The most important person in his life, his rock through all the difficult times, was on the verge of death. She put up a good fight, but unfortunately passed, and Lucas became the man of the house. Not only did he have to take care of himself, but his sister as well. It was summer break, and so Lucas immediately took on a full-time job as a janitor. He had to provide for himself and his younger sister. His only goal was to go to work each day and clean. Day in and day out he went. He took on every opportunity at extra shifts. His discipline in working was unwavering. He used the money to buy himself and his sister some food for dinner every night. He didn't want to tell his friends he was working as a janitor, so when they asked if he wanted to go out in the evenings and party, he decided that he would tell them that he had to tutor his little sister and cook her dinner. Lucas fell into the flow of going to work every day and eventually got used to it. It wasn't a chore for him anymore. He decided to stop buying junk food for himself and his sister and decided he would cook them a healthy dinner after work each day and then prepare a breakfast for the next day. He kept this routine up, working and then cooking, working and then cooking. Finally, school time rolled around and Lucas had to attend classes. He was juggling a lot at once, so now he rolled his hours back to part-time and had to make sure he attended class every single day so he didn't fall behind. Regardless of how he felt, he always went. He went to class, came home and worked, and then cooked dinner and breakfast. Lucas kept this up for the whole time in college. He was able to put himself through college and graduate with honors. He landed a good paying job upon graduation and maintained his good habits. Eventually, he was able to put his younger sister through college as well. He got married and eventually so did his sister. They remained best friends throughout life and they reminisced on how happy their mother would have been of Lucas. how he turned his life around and went from lazy and out of control to in control of his destiny and the true king of his fate. He became disciplined, but how did he do it? The first big thing for Lucas was a strong reason why. When his mother passed, he had a North Star to become the man of the house and take care of his younger sister. It was literally do or die. Studies showed that a strong motivating reason why allows people to tap into willpower reserves that they might otherwise not have been able to. This reminds me of those movies where you see the boxer down to his last bits of energy in the final round, but then he has a flashback, a powerful memory of why he's doing this. Perhaps winning against all odds in memory of someone close to him who passed away. Studies also show that a strong motivating reason why may only act as a buffer or a temporary solution to increase willpower, and that willpower still does have a finite limit. In our example, Lucas had a strong motivating reason for why he was trying to become more responsible, but that doesn't mean that reason can motivate him to do an infinite amount of things for an infinite amount of time. Say he tried to work at a part-time job, take care of his sister, try to get a perfect 4.0 GPA, and learn to play the guitar all at once. It would be difficult, if not impossible, regardless of how strong his motivating reason why was. But in our case, Lucas started by focusing on one task only, which was work. He went to work every day. Once that became a habit, he directed his willpower and self-discipline onto another singular activity, which was cooking, followed by school, and that's the key. To be wise with how we spend our self-discipline and to use it on singular activities and turn them into habits before moving on to another activity. The first habit could have been as simple as drinking water every day or making his bed every morning. When an activity becomes a habit, it drains a lot less willpower. Lucas also faced a dilemma that many people trying to be disciplined encounter: peer pressure. His friends represented a temptation into his old life, an easier life requiring a lot less responsibility. There were two reasons Lucas was able to overcome this dilemma. He had a strong reason why, and he planned for temptation. In fact, he used a very specific technique known as the if-then technique. He had planned that if his friends asked him to go out and party, then he would tell them that he had to tutor his sister and cook dinner. This was a pre-planned decision of self-control and avoided him having to exercise willpower to resist the temptation. This is a great strategy to use when we anticipate that there will be times when temptations will arise and our willpower might be low. It's an automatic and pre-planned response to a temptation. Studies show that practicing self-discipline increases self-discipline in subsequent acts. It's like a muscle. By finding his strong reason why, developing his discipline through singular activities, and pre-planning for temptations, Lucas was able to become more disciplined and overcome his adversities.
Purpose to be self-disciplined, even if you have been conditioned to think it's a punishment. As you can see, the benefits far outweigh the disadvantages. Learn to deny yourself of temporary pleasures of life and choose actions that are in your best interest, not only for today, but also for the future. It's time for your Gem Step. A Gem Step is an assignment that helps you to put into practice what you have learned. It will help you make better daily choices and become the best version of yourself. Before you go to bed tonight, take a moment to evaluate your day and plan for the following day. As soon as you wake up in the morning, review your task list, lay your bed, tidy up your room, and continue with your to-do list. Thank you for spending this time with us. We would love to know how you are doing with your plans. Send us a message to ask@leaderfreak.org. Until we see you again next time, remember, we are here to cheer you on to greatness.